Welcome to the video presentation of the dAIEDGE-VLab. In this video, we will present the dAIEDGE-VLab and its features. We will also explain the overall architecture of the VLab. To access the dAIEDGE-VLab, you need to request an account from the dAIEDGE-VLab team. Once you have an account, you can log into the VLab website and start using it. The VLab provides a user-friendly interface to configure and run benchmarks, visualize results, and compare different models and targets. So here is the web page of the dAIEDGE-VLab. You can log in using this button. Once you're logged in, you can start a benchmark by pressing the button Start Benchmarking. This is the main page to configure and run your benchmarks. The first thing you need to do is to select a device from the available list of targets. The current list of targets seems small, but already represents a wide range of device types. For instance, there are microcontrollers from ST and NXP with very limited resources, right over there. There's also bigger devices like the NVIDIA Jetson Nano or the Myriad X from Intel. In fact, this last target was developed by Ubotica, a company that is part of the dAIEDGE consortium. Furthermore, thanks to the VLab architecture, you can expand the VLab capabilities by adding your own targets. This will allow your targets to show off its performances to the VLab user base. Once you select a target, you have to choose the runtime you want to use. Some targets have multiple runtimes available. Here, the Jetson has the ONNX runtime and the TensorRT runtime. Let's select TensorRT. Finally, you have to give the model you want to benchmark. Here, you must select a pre-trained model of a given type. In that case, the type is ONNX. Let's select the dAIEDGE-GoogleNet ONNX. Once you've done so, you can start the benchmark. Once you start a benchmark, the virtual lab will look for the target you asked for. If it finds it, it will send the model and the configuration to the target. The target then runs the model and sends back the results to the virtual lab. Then the web interface will display the results in a nice manner. While this benchmark is going, I will start 3 other benchmarks. Another benchmark with the Raspberry Pi 5, ONNX runtime, and this time around the same model. Then I'll launch another experiment with a microcontroller from NXP using TensorFlow Lite and using a very small model. Go back and do the same with the ST microcontroller. Once they are all started, we can go in the History tab and we'll see all the experiments I've started. I can press on one to see if it finished. Here we can see the results that the Jetson Nano gave us for the dAIEDGE-GoogleNet. We can see that the average inference time is 4.19 milliseconds. We can also see for every layer how long was the inference time. You can also look at the mean inference time per layer in this graph. Here all the layers are plotted, but you can also select only a few of them. On the History tab, we can see now that all the experiments are done. We can look at the mean inference time right from there. We can open the last experiment, the one with the ST microcontroller, and we can see that we also have access to all the inference time per layer. We can see here that we have also the minimum, the maximum, and other metrics. We can compare these results with the NXP experiment that we started too. Here we can see that we used the same model, the same engine, only the target differs. We can see that this specific NXP microcontroller runs this model twice as fast as the ST one. Sometimes some of the experiments we try will not succeed. For instance, this one. We can see that the benchmark fails likely due to a lack of memory on the target. Furthermore, thanks to your account, all these results are available to you regardless of the device you're logged into. Finally, there is a complete documentation that explains to you how to request an account, how to use the VLab, or how to add a target to the VLab using the user doc or the developer doc. Thanks for listening, hope you enjoyed it, and I wish you a great day.